Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I want to do a pickups video just because I have a bunch of stuff. And Houdini is joining us again today. I don't think you can see the tip of his tail. If he looks like he's going to land on the floor, I'm going to have to grab him, but for now I'm just going to let him crawl around on the table. I feel I feel like I need to, I don't know, make excuses for going crazy getting Game Gear games here. I guess my only excuse is going to be that, it makes me feel better to, like, buy some stuff sometimes, and I've just needed that right now, I guess. And, these were lots that I got off of eBay, and for the most part, they were cheap. I mean, these games ended up being, like, an average of, like, $2 a piece, except for a handful of ones that I got from a store, which I'll talk about. Houdini's stretching, trying to get onto the elliptical machine. I guess he's gonna stay here. So yes, let me just go over these. I guess I'll just pull this down and we'll go through this. Note, I did actually get in like a case quantity of these like containers here. So they open at the top. Oh, Houdini fell on the floor. Let me grab him. Chill. It's okay. I know I grabbed you and I freaked you out. Here's Houdini. he's doing pretty good. He just fell on the floor, so I had to grab him, and he was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But you can see here he's doing great. He's getting bigger and bigger. He's still small, but I love seeing him grow. And become a big boy, huh? You're gonna have a hard time crawling up my arm. So long story short, Houdini will not be joining us for the duration of the rest of this video. He pooped on me again for like the nth time, which is fine, but he was just being restless and kind of a little poop. So, I guess pun intended. So I put him back in his enclosure. But yeah, so anyway, so I'm gonna have these things up on my store. So that's cool. With all the games I got, you can see them here. Foreman, Real, what is it? Foreman, for Real, boxing, I guess. RBI Baseball 94. Sonic Spinball, which is like a pinball game, sort of cool. Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six. Doesn't seem that great from what I've played so far, but who knows. Lemmings, which seems pretty cool. I've never really played much of Lemmings, honestly. Batman Returns. Now, Tails Adventure I had before, but this is like a weird alternate sticker that I haven't seen. There are alternate stickers for like the European versions of the Game Gear games and the Japanese versions. But this one I think is the US version, but just like an alternate sticker. I could be wrong, but I just thought it was cool, so I might hang on to it. Columns, Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants, which I think I played on the NES back in the day a little bit. We also have, if you guys can see here, World Class Leaderboard Golf, True Lies, and The Lion King, which I kind of forget if I had in a previous video or not. Next up, we have Tesserae. Don't know much about that. Stargate, which almost seemed like a puzzle game. I'm not really sure. Pac-Man, which is Pac-Man. NBA Jam Tournament Edition, because they have to have different versions of that, I guess. I don't know if that was the sequel or what. Ms. Pac-Man, Home Alone, Super Monaco GP. Sonic the Hedgehog, which I don't think I'd had just the the regular Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog. Garfield Caught in the Act. I kind of forget. I tried a little bit of that. I seem to remember. I used to like Garfield when I was a kid, like a lot. Like I would draw Garfield a lot, and like I didn't have a bunch of the books, but I had like probably at least 4 or 5 of the books. And anyway, this looked sort of cool. You know, it's just kind of neat seeing like a Garfield platformer. World Cup USA '94. Baku Baku, which is really cool actually. I seem to remember passing up the opportunity to get this for my Saturn back in the day, and that was probably a mistake because I mean it's like the graphics aren't that great, but it's just a puzzle, like a falling blocks puzzle game, and it's cool. Like it drops basically like food, and then it drops animal blocks that will eat the food that's appropriate. I mean, I guess not all of it's food because the dogs are like bones, but you know, you've got like bamboo that the panda eats and carrots that the rabbit eats, and it's a cool system. Krusty's Funhouse, which actually seemed like it kind of sucked. I played a little bit of it. Next up, Road Rash, which, you know, is Road Rash. It actually translates pretty well to the Game Gear. It almost looks like you're getting glare there. So anyway, Paperboy 2, which unfortunately seems a lot like Paperboy 1. I mean, Paperboy 1 is pretty fun. The Addams Family, I don't even remember. Scratch Golf, Mortal Kombat 2, which, you know, again, the Mortal Kombat games surprisingly seem to, you know, translate somewhat to the system. Better than I expected, I should say. The Genesis versions were great, of course, too. Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble. Somebody's Big Hurt Baseball. Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. And I think that was pretty much everything that I got in lots. The next stuff I got a batch from a store, an online store, that just had good prices for their games. I mean, you know, if you shop around, you can find better deals than eBay. eBay tends to be a little pricey, you know, or for most things. So I got Earthworm Jim, Bubble Bobble, Battletoads, and Fantasy Zone, and Pinball Dreams, which is a pinball game, obviously, all from the same place. Unfortunately, Battletoads does not work. One that I'm really, really happy to have gotten here is Urban Strike. This was one of those ones that I noticed I just hadn't ever seen since I had started looking. And it cropped up in a lot, and that lot went for more than I was willing to pay for it. You know, which was fine. I want to be patient with these. Honestly, I shouldn't have even gotten as many of these as I did. Like I said, it's just, you know, lots crop up, and if they end up being really cheap, I'll grab them. But I didn't want to pass this one up. It showed up on Amazon, and it was a little pricey. It was like, you know, it wasn't that bad. It was like $40, you know, that I shouldn't be spending on Urban Strike. But or maybe it was like 35. Anyway, they dropped it down to 20 after like a week or two. So I just bought it because, you know, it's a good deal at $20. It definitely is. So this is just, it's, you know, it's just an uncommon game. So I was really happy to find that. And yeah, so I actually have other things here too. I'm trying to figure out, you know, exactly what it is I want to do about the WiiU. I've always intended to get one, but you know, the trajectory that it's on is that it's being phased out. Now, that's fine, but it means that the number of games that are on it that I want are relatively small at this point. To the point where I was kind of going, well, do I really even want to shoot to get the system? This actually, I could kind of get away with still not getting a WiiU for, because it says bonus game inside, which is a Wii version of the game. And this was, you know, developed by Yuji Naka, who is, you know, the developer of Sonic the Hedgehog, and, you know, basically, like, he's with Sonic Team, like, all of that kind of stuff, Knights, and, you know, etc., etc. So they did this, and he recommends the Wii version. So I kind of, in a way, got this just for the Wii version. I went out of my way to get this from Walmart because I noticed that they put this game on sale. They drop. I mean, it might not have been a sale, but they dropped the price on it. It's like $30. So that, and I really want to make sure I got the Wii game. Apparently, it's only on the first print run, and it seems like they've done another print run. So I wanted to get this while the getting was good, and I just couldn't pass that up for $30 for, you know, this version of the game that you might not be able to find otherwise, and it's supposed to be the definitive version. So you know, I'd recommend, if you guys want that, hit up your local Walmarts, because I think that's your best chance to get a good deal on them. And of course, the other thing that I got, I've had pre-ordered for quite a while, is Dead or Alive Extreme 3, Fortune and Venus. I don't actually know much of what the differences are between these two. I'm kind of assuming that they're cross-play, essentially the same game with just like maybe a couple little differences. I basically was willing to buy these on faith, just because I love this series so much. You know, I've had a lot of fun with it, and you know, I love my Vita and I love my PS4, and just kind of as a collector, like I have no qualms about like having and wanting both versions of this game. It's just one of those things that that I'm kind of all in on. So I haven't opened this one up yet. I haven't checked it out. I'm definitely gonna. But I've been playing this version, and I have to say it's great. I'm gonna have a full review on this game, and I might have a full review on this game pretty soon. I'm feeling like, you know, with what I've heard of some negative reviews from, you know, the kind of the mainstream video gaming media, that it may sort of like serve the YouTube community well for me to get my review out early rather than later. And I've been playing a lot of it, and I really like it. So I really want to talk about what I like about it and what I don't. So yeah, you know, suffice to say, it's Dead or Alive Extreme 3. I've noticed that, like, I think that them not releasing this here in the US, I didn't think that would be a big deal. I mean, I guess in the West in general, I don't think it's coming out in Europe either. I could be wrong, but you know, I buy stuff off of PlayAsia all the time anyway, and to me, it's like ordering something off of Amazon. Like, it's just not even an issue, like, at this point. But from what I'm seeing, I'm wondering if that actually was a stumbling block for, you know, some people that would have like been getting this game and playing it. I'd be curious to know, like, your guys' opinions, or just, you know, how, like, are you planning to get the game? Like, did you get the game? And what do you think of it too? Like I said, I'm loving it so far, and there are a lot of changes, and, you know, and things are also the same in a lot of ways. I can't wait actually to give my impressions of this. So I'll leave that for another time. But suffice to say, I've really been enjoying this, and I've also realized that this is a lot of people that, you know, follow me or I follow on YouTube, I think are really stoked about Dark Souls 3. This is like my Dark Souls 3. You know, it's Dead or Alive Extreme 3 that I'm really stoked about. So, you know, if you guys, you know, maybe don't understand, I don't know, people that are into this game, you know, if you're into Dark Souls and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to get my hands on that next Dark Souls 3 game, that's exactly how I feel about this, and I'm super stoked about it. Sorry that Houdini was not able to join us for the entire video. But yeah, you know, I hope you'll be looking forward to my videos coming up. I hope that you will consider supporting me on Patreon, which is not just going to go towards me buying, you know, video games. It is, you know, it helps me to keep these videos ad-free, and you know, and it helps me to just, you know, set aside some time to make content. Certainly, you know, my Dead or Alive review that's coming up, and other videos that I've promised. So I hope you'll be looking forward to that, and I hope you'll join me again. Thank you.